The most critical space mistake that small off-grid homes always make is failing to design for multifunctional, vertical and intentional storage, resulting in rapid, overwhelming clutter. Because tiny homes lack traditional storage, items quickly accumulate, making spaces feel cramped, trapping residents and reducing the efficiency of off-grid living experience. Right, now moving into my favourite part of the boat, where I do all my cooking. As you can see, lots of space on the countertops. This is where I am now. I bought Narrowboat Kate because I loved the open feel of her. However, over time I've come to realise that the storage spaces I already have are just not enough to be a liveaboard boater. Here is a breakdown of the space mistakes in small off-grid homes. Failure to use vertical space when square footage is limited. The biggest oversight is not utilising the full height of the structure for storage. Shelving or loft space in an off-grid cabin. Narrowboat Kate, I only have 2 cupboards that go from floor to ceiling. I will be adding to this over the next year to increase storage solutions massively. There's actually quite a bit of storage underneath that cushion. See if I can lift it so you can have a quick gander. So there's a bit of space under there, so I'll be using that at some point. Lack of multifunctional furniture. Neglecting to use furniture that serves a dual purpose, for example, a bed with drawers underneath, a folding dining table. This leads to wasted space. If you have a settee in your lounge area, do you have space underneath to store something in? Can you turn it into a bed, or do you have a footstool with a lid? And I also found this, which comes away as a separate thing, and again, more storage. Over the next few weeks I'm planning to start to rearrange the layout of Narrowboat Kate. To start, I'm going to remove these cupboards and a worktop. I've got some cupboards, again, more storage space. And there's 3 of those cupboards along there. Why, you may ask? Well, this area has become a dumping ground for anything that is not in a cupboard. So I've found when I try to do any work on the computer or just eat some food, I have to balance everything on my lap. To fix all these issues, I'm going to build myself a dinette to work at. We'll seat up to 4 people, and as a bonus there will be a lot of storage, extra storage space under the seating. And I'm just thinking this through. There may be enough room just in this space here for the pizza oven and the cooler. Quick word about space under my bed. I've been using it to store some bulky items, but I need to reorganise this so I can get more things in there in a systematic way. Improper planning for off-grid infrastructure. Major mistake is underestimating the space needed for off-grid systems, such as solar panels, batteries, water tanks, composting toilets and inverters, which can crowd living areas if not properly planned. I've been lucky here, as all these things have been well thought out and planned on Narrowboat Kate. There is plenty of space to increase or upgrade all my systems. As you can see, I've already started by installing great quality solar panels and an inverter that will be good for my future power requirements. I will need to upgrade my batteries from the current very old lead acid to lithium ion. This will increase my available power hugely. I currently have a cassette toilet system, but I'm planning to change over to a composting toilet. I believe this will be easier to manage. After all, once your cassette is full, well, you may just have to hold it in. Ouch. Overlooking ventilation and moisture control. Small spaces build up humidity, which can lead to mould and damage. Poorly planned ventilation makes the space feel smaller and less comfortable. Most mornings you will wake up to moisture on the inside of your windows. Your choice is to leave it, not a good idea, or to wipe it off, or use a window vacuum. I also have a moisture trap that really works. Obviously this has helped a lot to reduce the morning moisture on the windows. Right, this is under the bed and slightly under my cupboard, as you can see, pipe work. Now down that bottom there's a white air vent. I have many different ventilation vents all over Narrowboat Kate. There are 4 on the roof, some in my doors near the stove. There are vents in hidden places under the bed or at the back of cupboards. A quick word on a danger spot for damp and mould. This is your mattress. Yes, the one you sleep on. A lot of the time it will be touching the wall of your boat or the outside wall, which can be cold, moisture condenses and mould grows. Not good for your health. As for me, I leave an inch or 2 air gap between the mattress and the wall, greatly reducing the moisture build up. I will also regularly check it for mould or damp. Right, this is my mattress in the bedroom. I just wanted to show you that I've got just that little air gap there. I don't know if you can see that very well. It's about an inch or 2. That just helps to stop condensation and mould on the mattress. Ignoring personal items, lack of storage planning. Failure to create dedicated built-in storage for necessities leads to clutter. I have only one small cupboard to hold all my clothing and other personal things. Clearly not enough. This is my not quite full height cupboard for my clothing. As you can see, it's a dumping ground right at this moment. My rain gear in and some empty boxes. A couple of shelves at the bottom there. That's probably not quite enough for me, for my space, if I'm using it properly. In time I'm planning to add some cupboards above the bed, running its full length. This will give me plenty of space in the future. It is not too bad in the bathroom, as I have a fairly decent amount of cupboard space. For now I'm not planning to do much in there, just some cosmetic work. To avoid these, successful off-grid homes focus on intentional design, ensuring every inch has a purpose and that storage is prioritised during the planning phase. If you can, if like me, you have bought an off-grid home, all you can do without major renovation is to work around what you have. I recommend you live in it for a while. That way you can see what you actually use or need and what you can just rip out. This is what I've done by taking out some of the cupboards and putting in a dinette. Assuming small means simple. Builders often fail to account for the complexity of fitting out an off-grid system in a tiny layout. This can lead to a home feeling suffocated and noisy. Practical living mistakes. The bulk buying trap. Small homes lack storage of a Costco style shopping or stocking up on the essentials. One item out of place can immediately create a massive clutter, requiring constant cleaning to maintain a livable environment. Ignoring multi-seasonal needs. Many off-grid owners fail to research how their land and space functions across all seasons. A beautiful open-air layout in spring can become a mud flat or inaccessible swamp in late summer or winter, drastically reducing usable outdoor bonus space. I hope this video has helped you with information on the space mistakes small off-grid homes always make. If I've missed anything, I would love to hear your views in the comments. In the next video, I take you through why I wouldn't do this narrowboat DIY again.